Hey team, happy 4th of July. This is the first Independence Day in 26 years that I am not actively serving in the military. And while, every 4th of July, of course, resonates with me, this one I decided to just think a little bit more deeply about what is it really about the founding of our country, our forefathers, our founding fathers, and what they did back then, 249 years ago. Um, and for me, it boiled down to courage. You know, they had a deep belief that they needed a change and that their countrymen and women needed a change. And whether we put ourselves back in that time period and agree or disagree with how it all went down, what I'm honing in on is that deeper sense of purpose, that deeper sense that there were rights, aspects of their lives, like just things that they could no longer stand to have assaulted. And they had a deeper vision, a broader vision of what life could be like and what it should be like for them and their people at the time, right? And they had that deeper conviction, that belief. And then where courage comes into play is there was a real high likelihood of punishment in the form of execution or imprisonment, banishment, because what they believed in and what they were about to do was to go against the larger government, the monarchy. And that took a lot of courage. And at the time, who knows what people might have called it, right? But that's the benefit of looking back. We can say, man, they had a deep sense of purpose, a deep sense of what they wanted, what was right, what was wrong, and their countrymen and women agreed or disagreed. But they had the courage to fight for what they believed in. They had the courage to lean into that deeper sense of purpose that they felt. And what kind of describes freedom better than when you have a deeper sense of purpose, when you know what you're meant to do or you feel it inside, and you know that following that is going to be outside the lines of society's accepted golden path of what the culture may agree is your right path, as if the culture knows best for everybody, that society knows best for each individual. And having that sense and then following it despite those fears. That's where courage, in order for something to be courageous, there has to be an element of I may fail, an element of fear, anxiety, an element of this might not work. However, I believe in it so much that I'm going to follow it. And that is what having a deeper sense of purpose, conviction, a vision tied to that purpose, deep self clarity, understanding what you value, what you're passionate about, and then being willing to kind of lean into that and follow that because you believe that's what you're meant to do. Revealing your blueprint, leaning into it, following it, despite it, maybe it's not what everyone else is doing. In fact, it's probably not. Why? Because you have a unique blueprint. We all do. And so on this 4th of July, it's about courage, purpose, and connecting with that for me. I encourage you to figure out what Independence Day means to you. What's your personal connection with it? And I guarantee when you make that connection, the 4th of July takes on a whole different meaning. Have a great one.